Bruno Lage has just been appointed the new head coach of Wolves, signing from Benfica. Well, he left Benfica a couple of seasons ago and has just been in the wilderness since, but now he is first team head coach of Wolves. An interesting appointment, and we'll break it down in this video. But before we begin, if you do enjoy it, feel free to hit the like button and subscribe if you are new, with the notifications on as well if you do enjoy. Thanks so much for watching, and I hope you enjoy. Wolves have appointed Bruno Lage as their new head coach. Replacing Nuno Espirito Santo is the former Benfica manager. Now, this is a path well trodden. It has happened before with Nuno Espirito Santo, who was the former Porto manager and then went on to manage Wolves in the Championship, the Premier League and the Europa League, of course. And this is the same sort of journey. He is someone who's been in Portugal and is now going to be the Wolves manager. So, where did he come from? So, he's come from Benfica. And he won the title in Benfica in 2018-19. And he then finished runners-up in the season just gone. So not this season just gone, but the season before that. And he's worked with some very, very talented players. He's worked with Ruben Diaz, who was, of course, Player of the Year for Manchester City in the Premier League. And they also have players like Grimaldo, who's very, very highly rated. Julian Weigl, the former Dortmund midfielder, is in the squad as well. So he's worked with him. He's also worked with some very highly rated youngsters like Jota, who is a Portuguese under-21 player. Gedson Fernandes as well, who's also in that Portuguese under-21 team, Pizzi as well. So he's worked with some really, really, really highly rated players. But he has been in England before. He was at Sheffield Wednesday and Swansea as an assistant to Carlos Carvalhal. For me, it's interesting, isn't it? Because he's probably worked with a lot of good players in the youth team as well. He was manager of Benfica B back in 2018, and he was also manager of the youth, involved in the youth setup for around 8 years. So he's someone who's worked with very, very highly rated players. He's worked, it says here, João Felix is someone he has worked with. And maybe that's the aim here, is to try and get players, young players, and bring them forward and produce them into world-class players and sell them for a huge profit. Someone like Fabio Silva, who is currently at Wolves, maybe that's who they eye as being the next big thing. As I say, he has been very, very successful. When he came in January 2019 to Benfica, he won 18 of his games out of 19 and scored 103 goals, which is an incredible, incredible feat. And it doesn't say any information about anything about how he feels and stuff. I feel like he has a little bit of English knowledge with Swansea and Sheffield Wednesday. So Sheffield Wednesday would have been in the Championship. He would have got 2 playoff pushes there with Carlos Carvalhal, and before he was sacked. And then also Swansea, he'd have been assistant manager in the Premier League, of course. So he would have been able to experience Premier League football. And when he has been, obviously Benfica are one of the biggest clubs in Portugal, he has been very successful. Benfica B, 62% win ratio, 61.5%. And then Benfica first team, 67% win ratio as well. He also won the best coach in the Premier Liga. So he's done very, very well in his short time. The only thing that's put me off a little bit is the fact that he has not managed a great deal of teams. But maybe that's why they've got him, because they feel like he could be someone who's very, very highly rated and someone who could go on and do a lot more and go on and be very, very successful. That's what they want. They wanted that for Nuno Espirito Santo, somebody who was linked with better jobs, bigger size, and that is something that could happen here. Fortunately for his second season, he was manager for the whole season, finished runners-up in a few tournaments, and second in the league, so runners-up in there as well. But yeah, so for me, maybe it's an appointment where they need it to work, and he's someone that I would imagine they haven't put a great deal of money into. It's not like someone massive like an Ancelotti going to Everton or anything like that. I think he's a really, really good appointment because he has worked with young players and clearly knows how to get the best out of them, and that is something that will help Wolves, because the better players that Wolves has, the higher they can finish. So for me, I think this is an interesting appointment. I'm not going to throw my hat in the ring and say it's a good appointment or a bad appointment, but I think it is an appointment that could do very, very well. He's someone who's worked with young players. He's someone who's won a major title in Portugal. And he's someone who's worked not only in the Championship, but in the Premier League as well. So he's someone who's done little bits everywhere, and he's someone that could be very, very, very successful. So for me, I think this one could work out very, very well. But thank you so much for watching this video. Hope you enjoyed. Let me know your thoughts on this one. For me, like I say, I'm not sure, but I think he has the potential to be a really, really, really good manager. It's always hard to see how a manager will progress after losing someone like Nuno Espirito Santo. I know it was mutual, but yeah, it's someone who is very, 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 very loved by the Wolves fans, someone who's very, very loved. Thanks so much for watching. I really, really do appreciate it. If you did enjoy it, leave a like and subscribe if you're new. Thanks so much for watching. My name is Mike, and I will see you soon.